Apple has never been a company that delays products by accident. When Apple pauses, when it refuses to rush, there's always a deeper reason behind it. And that's exactly what's happening with Apple TV 2026. At one point, this device was expected to be a routine update, a faster chip, minor refinements, nothing dramatic. Just another quiet refresh. But somewhere inside Apple, that plan changed. Suddenly, the living room mattered again. For years, Apple TV lived in an awkward space. It was polished, fast, and reliable, but never essential. While Amazon pushed cheap Fire TV sticks, Google baked Google TV directly into televisions, and Roku dominated through simplicity, Apple TV stayed premium in a market that stopped caring about premium streaming boxes. And Apple noticed something important. People no longer wanted better streaming. They wanted more. More power. More intelligence. More reasons to justify a device under their TV. Streaming became a commodity. Press play, watch, repeat. So instead of rushing out another forgettable upgrade, Apple did something far more dangerous for competitors. They stopped. They delayed Apple TV 2026 to rethink what the product should be. And that's why this delay matters. Apple is no longer treating Apple TV as a passive streaming box. According to multiple industry reports, Apple TV 2026 is being repositioned as a platform for premium entertainment, for gaming, for artificial intelligence, and for the smart home. At the center of this shift is performance. Several reliable reports suggest Apple is preparing to bring a much more powerful Apple Silicon chip, potentially in the A17 class range, to Apple TV. That level of power is far beyond what streaming apps need, and that's the point. This isn't about Netflix loading faster. It's about what that power unlocks. Gaming becomes real, not casual mobile-style games, but console-level experiences already running on Apple Silicon. Titles like Resident Evil and Assassin's Creed weren't experiments, they were proof that Apple's ecosystem is ready. With enough power in Apple TV, the living room becomes a gaming space without buying a console. One box, one controller, one ecosystem, but performance is only half the story. The other half is intelligence. Apple Intelligence is expected to reach the living room, and when it does, it changes how television works. Instead of cluttered interfaces and ad-driven recommendations, Apple TV becomes context-aware, understanding what you actually watch, finish, and enjoy, while processing much of that data on device for privacy. You ask for something to watch, and instead of endless scrolling, you get a real answer. Siri evolves too. Voice control becomes natural, not scripted. This is another reason for the delay. Apple didn't want to ship a half-smart Apple TV. There's also connectivity. Apple is reportedly working on bringing more of its custom wireless technology into Apple TV, improving stability, latency, and long-term reliability, crucial for streaming, gaming, and smart home control. And then comes the biggest surprise: price. Multiple reports suggest Apple may lower the entry price for Apple TV 2026. Not out of generosity, but strategy. Apple wants scale, because once Apple TV enters the home, everything else follows. That's why this delay isn't bad news. Apple didn't wait because they were late. Apple waited because they were redefining the category. And when Apple TV 2026 finally arrives, it won't feel like a streaming box anymore. It'll feel like the center of the modern living room.